Well, we did promise some sugar on our Monday, this sunrise edition. And in the studio right here is a gentleman who you'll meet shortly. But first, we're going to talk about his life as an entertainer and from London, England. When we come back, live on camera, we'll have the man indeed. So, roll tape.
Than the day before, so for all of my days. Oh yes, I do, for all of my days.
You appear to be hitting the island by by storm. First of all, tell us and your background into this sort of business.
Well, my dream was really to be a radio presenter. I was tampering with the music for a very, very long time, from a small age. I used to have a sound system. This is where a lot of entertainers start off from, especially in the music field. I had several sound systems, and a couple of them made it very big. But my dream was always to be a radio presenter, i.e. the DJ, street DJ. I've done a lot of so-called training, and it took me where I am today.
Okay. What brings you to St. Lucia, to Radio 100
Well, it was a very close friend of mine, girlfriend, well, I should say wife, was coming here and saw the market for the sort of things I do, and obviously there was a little bit of impact in the UK, especially in Europe, and I've always wanted to go to the Caribbean, but I didn't have the link, and they set up the link with Russell Lake, and the rest is history.
Okay. Yeah. And we hear you talking about the Jetstar Hour. What's your association with them?
They sponsor me. They've been sponsoring me for a very long time. They believe a lot in me, and me being in Caribbean, especially St. Lucia, where reggae is a good market, especially all types of music, but mainly reggae and soca. He was all for it, so I put a package together, and that was it.
Who else?
Yeah.
Who else sponsors?
A new company called JE Music Store. They do R&B. They specialize in R&B. He's a producer. He's a record producer, and I tamper with a lot of R&B stuff as well. And he saw my potential, and he offered the deal to me, and we just went ahead and done it.
Okay, what sort of DJ work have you done in London, in UK?
What sort of DJ work? As in radio work?
Yeah.
Or radio work, I was on several stations. I was on several, as they call it, community stations. And then I went into a couple of international stations. I've done a lot of training with a station called WNK. They really opened the gates for me, the floodgates for me. And then I went into a station called Town FM, which was...
yeah, you said then you went to Town FM?
Yeah, I went to a station called Town FM. Somebody, a good friend of mine, heard me and put the package to the owner, one of the owners there, one of the directors. He heard my demo tape, a brief sneak of my demo tape. He was very, very interested. And at the time I had a shop, and he came down to the shop, and he was just impressed. So he said he's going to take me in for training. And
you never spend too long on the island. What's your stint like?
I love to spend a lot of time. I'm working towards it at the moment, but at the moment I'm doing a lot of touring. I've got a couple of projects I want to get out of the way, and then I'm focusing on St. Lucia a lot. I love the island. Eventually, hopefully I can live here. Hopefully I can get a job on Radio 100, a permanent job, and yeah, we'll take it from there.
Great. All right, Sugar, best of luck.
Thanks a lot. Sugar Ranks has been, from when I was small, they used to call me Sugar, but I put the ranks. That's it.
Yeah, man.
Well, Sugar.
Yes, yes.
Welcome, Sugar Ranks, to the studio, and to the St. Lucians out there who have always been listening to Foundation. As a disc jockey myself, I just leave the studio and give it up to Sugar Ranks. I stay a little while because, Sugar, as I've told you before, I cannot enjoy your vibes with us in there talking. I like to just get out and drive around and come back in, and then always, because you know the studio so very well.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Now, Sugar, just a quick question. I have a problem with St. Lucians, okay. And I'll tell you, it's a small problem. So I believe that St. Lucians like to go for what they already know. and being adventurous in music, for example. You come down and you have all the latest music, and some of it not even released as yet. What you play sometimes will be released a few months down the road. And where in other islands, they would flock to a session like this where they are hearing the music before it has come out. With our promotions, we find that we have a very appreciative crowd when we have our sessions, but the people don't really come out in the numbers you'd expect. What do you have to say about that?
Well, in playing advanced music is a thing which people give, you know, I like to experiment when it comes to music. I really like to experiment. It's nice to play what you know, but there's a lot of tracks that people don't really know, and it needs pushing. And this is where the presenter, radio presenter or DJ, i.e. street DJ, comes in. If they've got the material, they should play it. Because a lot of, especially here in St. Lucia, there's a lot of talent here, but it doesn't get played, it doesn't get airplay, and it needs the airplay. That's what they need. Once they get the airplay, that's all they need, you know? The rest is history.
Well, of course, Sugar, you'll be coming down again very shortly. I think that you have lots of frequent flyer miles. But you'll be coming in, I think, around for the Jazz Festival.
Yeah.
So we're going to be side by side,
okay.
Sugar Ranks and the Night Rider, and we're going to be definitely playing some of the new tracks.
Oh,
yeah?
most definitely, most definitely.
Well, Sugar,
Yeah.
as usual, you know, always a pleasure.
Okay.
He's become a
Wait,
fixture.
so what is this T-shirt about?
Oh, right,
Yes,
yeah, well,
you.
this is a sponsor which, T-shirt Plaza, they're sponsoring me right about now. Sugar Ranks T-shirt, yes. Yeah, I'm very proud of this. They believe in me, and I done a couple of samples where I was playing over the weekend in Sofia in a big yard, and the response I got on the T-shirts alone was great. So they decided to take up the sponsor that step further. You're going to get a lot of this over the island.
And of course, Sugar, I know that even from England, before you come to St. Lucia, that you acquire sponsorships from companies in England.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Could you name some of those companies and also tell us why did you do that?
Well, there's two major ones. There's a couple of small ones who are tampering and they're watching very carefully, but they are going to sponsor with Radio 100. There's JE Music Store, which they specialize in R&B. They do a lot of R&B productions. He's working on a couple of projects, i.e. big artists from stateside. I'm pushing a lot of these tracks, and also Jetstar. Jetstar's 100% behind me. He believes in me a lot, and me being on HTS, or should I say Radio 100, is a great step.
Well, you're now on
Yes,
HTS,
on
now on
Sunrise,
HTS, on
yes.
Sunrise, and also,
Definitely.
and also, I
Yes.
know when you bring the recording of this show up to London, it even adds to that credibility that you were actually on the show. And for those in England now, man, this man here is
He's
definitely
good.
the bomb.
Yes.
And for my solution colleagues, he is looking for a job on HTS, so Joke Bar, be careful and report.
Night Rider, be careful.
I better hide behind this T-shirt, shall I?
Okay, folks, we definitely have it going on here on Sunrise, and checking the time right now. It's very close to the ending, and